Okay guys, this is my video about your biology project. I'm going to try to make it as clear as possible because this is how I would explain it in class. Any information you need to find about your biology project is in chapter 1, section 3 of your iBook. It starts on page 6 that you can see here in the corner. So we're going to follow a research cycle. As I explained before, we have icons that give extra information, sometimes tips. Icons for your lab notes assignments as they are in classroom as well, and icons for your project assignments. Yes, you are allowed to work in groups for this project. Yes, the groups are 2 to 3 people. That means not 1, not 4, not 5, but 2 or 3 people. Your lab notes assignments and the growing in the plant, you must always do individually for yourself, and then the project assignments you are allowed to do in groups, in your project group, so you hand them in for feedback as well. Every person hands in their own copy of it with the homework. So what are we doing for this experiment? Essentially, we're going to grow 2 plants, the exact same plants, and we're going to take the exact same care of them, and you are going to have them in the same soil or tissues or cotton wool or pots, and the only difference is that one plant is going to be put in the light and the other plant will be put in the dark. Here we see a list of materials that you need for the experiment. Now, first of all, I want to make very clear, we are not expecting you to go to the shops to go and buy stuff. We're not expecting you to have your parents go collect stuff. You really need to make do with what you have in the house, but you do need to try to grow the plants. If you have seeds in the house, that's awesome. If you don't, you can also use offcuts from vegetables, fruit seeds from fruits. I have a YouTube video here. If you want, you can try to grow an avocado. It does go slowly. But I also have loads of YouTube videos with inspiration for you guys on the classroom. With bedding, I mean, it could be cotton wool, watten, die je gebruikt om je gezicht schoon te maken. Soil, compost, sand. If you want, you can go and collect dirt from the park. You can also grow them on tissues. Also, there's examples of that in the YouTube videos I shared with you. Most important detail, if you grow one plant in soil, you have to grow the other one in soil. If you grow one plant in water, you have to grow the other one in water. It must be the same. A container, you can think of a flower pot, you can think of balcony boxes, you can also think of a glass or a cup, a bowl or a plate, an old plastic container from ice cream or salads. Once again, if you grow one plant in a glass, you have to grow the other one in the glass. It must be the same. A water container, so that you need to water your plants. It would be nice if it could be something that you could measure, which means that you can measure how much water you give your plants every day or every second day, so you can also add that to your lab notes. One plant goes in the light, one plant goes in the dark. You need a camera to take pictures. Your camera on your phone is perfect for it. Please don't go to the trouble of getting a special camera, and your MacBook to keep your lab notes and everything. This is the next page. So you're going to choose your lab partners. You're going to decide who's doing what, maybe with the project assignments, or you can do it together, but every person has to grow a plant. Organize your drive folder, organize materials. You can start up your project, and one plant goes in the light, one plant goes in the dark. I've even made a daily checklist of what you guys need to do once your experiment starts, which means water the plants as often or whatever instructed. Use the Google, look up how much care your plant needs. Take a picture of it every day, preferably around the same time. One of your light plant, one of your dark plant. Save the picture correctly, so I give you guys tips later on how to do that. Measure your plant and update your spreadsheet every single day. If you do this together is only about 10 minutes work. Do it every day, it's 10 minutes work, and you'll have an amazing project with amazing results out of it. Here we have our research cycle. So these are all your lab notes assignments. These are your project assignments. I might go through them step by step. I need to take a look at that. But how to save your pictures properly, first of all, here. If you take a photograph, you have plant 1 is always the plant that's in the light, and plant 2 is the plant that's in the dark. If you label the names of your pictures correctly, then you will not lose them and you will have them stored properly for making the stop motion video. Otherwise, things are not going to go properly for that. I've been doing this experiment for 10 years with kids. I've known everything that could possibly go wrong. There's a connection between your lab notes assignments and project assignments. Here, make a list of questions you want to know about your plant. And then here, you need to research your plant. So there's always a connection. Make sure you always first do your lab notes assignment and then you do your project assignment. Your lab notes assignment is always the rough work for the project assignment. You cannot do them the other way around. Ultimately, you make your final product together. You're going to share your findings, and that has to be a Google site, Google website. You don't have to make that till the end, towards the end of the project. So don't worry about it. We've divided the project up into 3 parts. You're going to get feedback on each part. You're going to get feedback after phase 3. You're going to get feedback after phase 6. And you are going to get feedback after phase 8. Each time you get feedback, you will earn points towards your final grade. So make sure you stay on track and you complete all the phases at the correct time. I hope this video helps you along. So everybody grows 2 plants, one in the light and one in the dark. You work in groups of 2 or 3 people. You always make your own lab notes, and the project assignments you share, but you always have to hand in a copy of it in your own document. I get 1 website per project group at the end of this project, and that'll be graded for a grade. And if you hand in your lab notes assignments and your project assignments on time, you can also earn points towards your grade with that. I hope this is clear. I hope this helps. I wish you all the best. Have a very nice Easter weekend and take care, and I will see you guys next week.